Heard my alarms this morning. What I usually do when that happens, like if I sleep through an alarm or like, my body ignores it or I don't even know, my subconscious ignores it. And so like I literally just sleep through the alarms, don't even hear them, is what I do is I go and tweak my alarms a little bit. So like say one of my alarms is set for like 4:33. And so what I do is I just change it just a little bit to where now I set it to like 4:37, and then I change the sound of it. That way I kind of like trick my subconscious or whatever, and it works like every single time. Anytime that I feel like my body or my mind is becoming numb to my alarms, I just revamp them. Anyway, it worked like a charm, like it usually does. So hey, up and at 'em, waking up at a certain time to get your tasks done. Like for me, the majority of like the tasks that I do are like self-imposed, I do have a job and I do have a boss, but I get to work at home and I set my own hours and stuff like that. So basically the timeline that I have during the day, like I set that up myself, that all that pressure, so to speak, that's all on me. And so it may not seem like a big deal in the grand scheme of things, but it's actually those little details, those little self-disciplines that you put on yourself that's actually going to make the biggest impact on your life. Like for me, I can just tell, like anytime this happens, almost every single time after I'm off of a phase of like 75 hard or off of a challenge or whatever, it's like right after that, I'm like, I can tell like the day after that, I like let it slide a little bit. Like just for instance, this last phase 3 that I was on, I had a set of tasks that I had to do every single day. And so like the next day or day 31 or whatever, I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to have a little bit more free time or whatever. And it's funny because like you give a little bit of like that self-discipline, and it's funny, not even intentionally, then you just keep giving a little bit and a little bit, like how they say you give an inch and it takes a mile or whatever. That's what I feel like with like discipline. Like you get off, or me, like I get off of a habit or a discipline just a little bit, and if I just let it slide, like there goes like almost my entire day or my entire routine or whatever. So it's the little things, or what seems like the little things, that actually make for a really good, successful life.
Okay, ready? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Last Christmas, I see you be born in the village about you gave away.
Just got done working out. Guess what time that is? Just got done working out. Guess what? Recovery time. Gonna take my quarter scoop ignition. replenishes the glycogen levels that I just depleted out of my muscles from my workout. I'm going to take a scoop of Formula 1, which is a rapid assimilation whey protein, meaning it digests fast, get into the bloodstream and into the muscles, and starts repairing them as soon as possible. I am doing the orange dreamsicle today. These two together make like orange ice cream, like a dreamsicle. So good. Recovery is one of the key elements in any of your workouts. Get you some. Jumped right on my workout this morning, so while I recover, I'm going to go ahead and do my visualization, adding to my vision board, and meditating while I recover with my post-workout. Anyway, I was going to say, like, it's super important to meditate, you know. Like, basically for me, what I do is I give myself 5 minutes. I set the timer for 5 minutes, and then I just literally, sometimes I just don't, I purpose not to think about anything. Like, anytime a thought comes, I'm just like, okay, just focus on your breathing, you know, in, out, whatever. Just super simple, like, clear my mind completely. And then there's other times where I think of, like, problems or something that I need to figure out, or, like, real life circumstance. I think of that first and then set my timer. That way I have time. I have specific set aside 5 minutes to figure out or think about this problem or specific circumstance in my life. And then other times, like what I'm going to be doing today, is I'm going to set the timer for 5 minutes, and then I'm just going to give my mind a turn. I'd be like, your turn. Because a lot of the time, the majority of the time, I am keeping my mind in check, like all the time. You know, watch what you say, watch what you think, watch what you do. But I do, and whether you agree with it or not, I give myself every once in a while time to be like, okay, your turn. You know, I look at myself, I look at my mind, I'm like, your turn. Go ahead, have at it. You know, I'm not going to keep you in check. Like, go ahead, do your thing. And I think it's very, very beneficial for, like, me, because I actually get to see what is in there. Like, I get to see what I'm made of. I get to see what my mind would do without it being told what to do, you know? And so it's kind of like a dissecting myself from the inside out or whatever. It's very interesting, but I find it very freeing. Set aside 5 minutes today just to, you know, clear yourself. I do still maintain that discipline even when I let my mind wander or do whatever it wants for that 5 minutes, because it's kind of like treat my mind like a child, where like you can give a child a task, a job, a chore or whatever, and then you kind of just step back and just watch to see how they do it on their own. It's kind of like what I do with my mind when I give it its turn. I basically just kind of step back and just be like, just observe it and see where it goes and what it does on its own, you know, and just so I can see where it needs to, where I need to work on it, or where I need to adjust some mindsets or thought processes or thinking or anything like that. And so it's really important to, even if you let your mind wander, to make sure to set those boundaries, because human nature, animal nature, creatures, whatever, you know, just like I said yesterday, you give them an inch and they take a mile. So if you don't stay disciplined, you could definitely be stuck in that wandering mind like all day.
Side. Okay. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I hit you in the head.
So guys, I'm an Iron Man, and it has its opening helmet, and and it used to be like this, but then I found this, and I builded his helmet. I also built his helmet with no help. I found to do these things. Switch his arms, and do this. And also here's Iron Man.
Oh my gosh, good job. Loved it.
bed. Finally. So tired of doing 20 squats.
Yep. There you go.
Wait.
Breathe in. When you come out, when you come up, explode out.
Oh my gosh, look at that. We're walking.
Guys,
All the different books just intrigued me.
magic school
Whether I
bus.
read them all or
I
not.
found magic school. This one's mine. This one's mine. Also the dog one's mine. Yep. This is me. This one's mine. My book. This one's mine. Because he doesn't have that, and he does not have those. He does not have that. Peace. Peace, dude. And then I saw him, right? No, I saw her. Come on.
I love you redder than the nicest, reddest rose. I love you bluer than Cookie Monster's toes. I love you if you were big or very, very small. I'd love you if you were short